Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local schools. I'm Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore and Christopher Janis, coming to you live from U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford, Oregon. We thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Superstores Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, today featuring the home Cascade Christian Challengers against the visiting Brookings Harbor Bruins. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net and in partnership with the Grace Cascade Christian School District and our participating community business partners. Joe Brett is the executive producer for events on TableRockSports.net. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please support Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search Table Rock Sports, and click on the red subscribe button. As I mentioned, Jim McCoy here. We got Chris Janish on the camera this evening and getting us all set, ready to go as we go into a new venture, Mark. As we go into now, we add the advent of video, and what a timely occasion to do so, where we're kind of coming out of this pandemic right now. The crowd capacity, well, virtually non-existent in football at this moment in time. And so here we are able to bring this to the folks at home or wherever they may be on their devices, taking in the ball game and able to see it as well as hear about it.
Well, and that's great. That's great timing, as you said, really, when we're looking at all the things going on around us these days, that we can bring this, and it's really nice to see the Table Rock combination with the school in order to bring you this video.
Well, that again, the hard work of Joe Brett and Nate Maben. I tell you what, this guy deserves like an extra month of vacation after what he's been through for the last getting ready for this, because, you know, we were just talking not long ago that 2 weeks ago, were we going to have a football season?
Yeah, we didn't know for sure whether we were going to have one, and now, you know, here we are ready for the first game, and I think the kids are probably more excited than they've ever been at the beginning of a season just to be able to get out here and play.
Well, the guys you really have to be happy for are the seniors, the guys in the class of 21. In the case of the Challengers, you're talking about 11 young men in this roster. And one of the guys that I'm really thinking about this evening is a kid that's been kind of waiting his turn. You know, for the first time in 5 years, Mark, we don't have a quarterback named Sean.
No, we don't, and that's you know, Sam Martin's been waiting his turn, and tonight he gets to show what he can do for the Challenger football team after waiting 3 or 4 years here to get his opportunity.
Well, one of his favorite targets will be all-purpose receiver Christian Freilich. I expect, once again, he'll be a favored target in the passing game. We'll see him on fly sweeps, and of course, he'll be a real force on the defensive side of the football as well. But when you throw him into the act and the combination along with other young men such as Will Pearson, who we saw a fair amount of him last year, well, now he'll be a starter this year. Matt McFeeters will be another target in the passing game, and I expect we'll see plenty of Davis Federico as well in that wideout spot.
Yeah, and a newcomer to the Challengers this year, not playing last year, is Cody Reese, which I think it will provide some speed in that Challenger defense, as well as I'm sure he'll get on the field a few plays on the offensive side of the ball as well. Then
in the backfield, it'll be Titus Miller. We had Elijah Smith last year, a couple of years ago, his older brother Luke. So, again, Titus, a real force at linebacker for the Challengers defensively. But this year I'll expect we'll see a fair amount of him carrying the football. But he'll also have plenty of other young fellas that will be taking turns, kind of running back by committee out of that backfield.
Yeah, and Titus, the few times we did see him last year, was very good. He did a very good job coming in late in games and just taking care of the football and in those late game situations and running hard. He definitely ran very hard the few times we saw him last year.
Then along the line, you can't talk about the line without talking about pound for pound, one of the toughest young men in the state of Oregon, Christian Brem. You look at him at school and you go, this guy's a lineman? But, you know, I think anybody who's matched up against him will tell you that he all 190 of those pounds that he carries, he puts to good use.
Yeah, very ferocious kid and very good blocker. You know, and I believe this is his third year on that Challenger line.
Well, and you throw into that mix, we'll see other seniors such as Eli Snyder, probably see some linebacker duty, some duty along the line. Elijah Neff, a reserve back for the Challengers. He'll get some playing time, no doubt, throughout the course of this evening. And then Ethan Kleinsasser. He was a kid at the beginning of last season we saw a decent amount of, and we know as also a track star, he's a kid that can really get out and fly.
Yeah, there's a lot of team speed on the Challengers, and that's what they're going to try and take advantage of. That's this offense that we've seen them run over the past several years, where they get the ball in open space to kids that can make plays with it using their speed. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that again today, provided these weather conditions allow them to get it out into the space.
Absolutely. And then on the Brookings Harbor side of the football, Mark, you and I recognize some of these names from last year's meeting between the two teams. One that the Challengers won decisively over at Brookings Harbor. But I think about kids, Jamoria Beasley. He's a kid that I'll look forward to get plenty of touches on the offensive side of the football for the Bruins. And then also other seniors that we'll see this evening, Kelvonte Dossie, also Logan Haller, Kason Christensen, a wide receiver and defensive back, Jason Deshawn, as well as Andrew Berger, Augie Badger. There's another name I remember. Can't forget about Augie. And then there's also Derek Tuttle and Jacob McCollum, who is a wide receiver defensive back combination as well.
Yeah, and last year the Challengers defense, if you remember right, that was kind of the hallmark of the Challengers last year was their defense. Their defense was stellar last year, giving up very few yards, especially on the ground. And this Brookings Harbor team ran the ball 23 times for just 55 yards in that game last year. So that Challenger defense was up to the task against the run game. And passing-wise, Brookings 5 for 17 for only 45 yards. So less than 100 yards, well, right at 100 yards of total offense last year against the Challenger defense, which was very stout against this Brookings Harbor team last year.
Well, as you can see out on the field, I love to be able to tell people that as you can see. And then we also know that there will be folks over on the coast watching this evening. But as you can see, it's been a rainy day here in Medford, a pretty steady downpour all afternoon long. And it'll be interesting to see, again, the effect that this will have on tonight's ball game. We're getting ready for the start of tonight's contest between the Challengers and the Bruins. We will go ahead and take a quick timeout and be back with more of your John L. Scott pregame show here on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Welcome back to U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford. The Challengers and the Bruins getting ready to tee it up. And, Mark, I believe you've got the starting lineups for this evening. At least starting out, you can give us an idea who we'll see on the Challengers' offensive side of the football and on the Bruins' defensive side.
Yeah, for the Challengers, starting at wide receiver, number 1, Christian Freilich. At quarterback, number 2, Sam Martin. Titus Miller, number 5, will be the running back for the Challengers tonight. Ethan Kleinsasser, the wide receiver. One of the wide receivers, along with Will Pearson, will be the other one, number 8. Matt McFeeters, also one of the wide receivers. Remember those Challengers with the 4 wide receivers in their set. And I think tonight they're actually going with 3 in the starting lineup, and Austin Waits, number 88, playing the tight end position. For the offensive line, at center, Daniel Nearing. At one guard, Liam Benatti. At the other guard, Christian Bram. At one of the tackles, John Daly. And the other tackle, Bryson Cannon. That's the offensive starters for the Challengers. For the Brookings Harbor Bruins, starting lineup defensively. At one of the defensive backs is number 1, Jamora Beasley. At another defensive back, number 6, Bradley Kondarake. At another linebacker position, Kalen Christensen. At another linebacker position, Logan Haller. At linebacker as well, Kyle Berger. And one of the defensive backs, Elijah Newell. Another defensive back, number 23, Jason Deshawn. Defensive line for Brookings Harbor, Andrew Berger, senior. You mentioned him earlier, Augie Badger, excuse me, one of the defensive linemen, along with Derek Tuttle as well. So those are the starters on defense for the Brookings Harbor Bruins.
All right, and they're out at midfield right now getting ready to do the coin toss. Out there you can see with their backs to us for Cascade Christian, Titus Miller, Ethan Kleinsasser, number 2, and number 1 is Christian Freilich. Then out at midfield is Christian Bram. So they'll settle the coin toss there. Over there for Brookings Harbor is number 11, Logan Haller. The coin is in the air. The official picks it up. And the Bruins will receive the opening kick.
Yep.
So the Bruins tonight in their road white uniforms with blue numerals, gold trim, the Challengers in their home darks with gold trim. And after a 15-month offseason, these two teams are ready to go to tee it up and play some football. We're grateful to be here and thankful for all the folks that helped make this possible. No Coach's Corner tonight, but typically we'll have that, and that'll be brought to you by Bill's Glass. Bill's Glass is the clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. They're locally owned, family run. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. So you want to hear that crash? Choose Bill's Glass. Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore and Christopher Janish at the camera. The Bruins getting ready to receive. The Challengers, when they win a toss, typically tend to defer, and that gives them the ball first in the second half. And that's been a good move for them historically.
Yeah, typically they like to make that last score of the first half and get the ball back in the second half and really put some distance between themselves and opponents. So they don't mind at all kicking off here to start this football game. I think they would prefer to do that.
Back deep to receive for the Bruins is Jacob McCollum, the rangy senior receiver and defensive back, getting some last-minute encouragement from Jamoria Beasley, getting set to kick it away. A guy that we didn't think would be kicking this year because he had tore his ACL during basketball season. But if there was one beneficiary to this protracted offseason, JT Knobloch getting ready to kick it away, and just a sophomore, so he'll be here in the program for a while.
Yeah, it's good to see him back out there after that injury he sustained playing basketball for me. I'm glad to see him back.
I heard it was on and trying to dunk.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Trying to.
Yes, let's say trying.
JT, end-over-end kick. That'll go down to hit at about the 7-yard line. McCullum will take it here on the near side. He'll go ahead and cut across the grain. Works his way out to just past the 10-yard line, out to the 12. And that is where the Bruins will set up shop offensively. I believe last year we would see a fair amount of Austin Hooper at quarterback, and then and I believe that we'll see Logan Haller in that position tonight. One wide out here to the near side, lower end of your screen. We see Kyle Berger. Looks like a 4-receiver set they'll go to. The inside slot is Jason Deshawn.
And if I remember right, Jim, Logan Haller played a little bit of quarterback last year as well during that game.
He'll have a single setback with him. Shotgun snap. On the first play, good penetration, and looks like the ball might be loose there on the snap, and it looks like a fumble recovery. The Challengers say they have it, and they do. Excellent field position to open the game, so that Challenger defense coming up big.
It looks like Davis Federico with the recovery for the Challengers.
Well, you know Davis. Davis got energy to burn and put it to good use there with the fumble recovery, and now the Challengers find themselves in a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Quarterback is Sam Martin. And behind him, in the backfield, Titus Miller. Shotgun formation. Freilich in motion. Martin throws a pass. And
incomplete. It looks like incomplete. It hit the turf.
So we get that one out of the way. That's his mulligan right there, and that'll bring up now a 2nd down and goal for Cascade. Moving from left to right from where we stand. Single wide out is McFeeters to the right. Trips to the left. Freilich in motion. And Freilich now going to go ahead and take it on the fly sweep. He gets some running room and picks up a couple of yards on the play to bring up a 3rd down and goal. Looks like gets it down to about the 5-yard line. Martin looking to the sideline for the play.
That's that fly sweep I think we're going to see a lot of this year with Christian Freilich.
No doubt about that. Still getting used to, for the last couple of years, Martin been wearing number 6.
Yeah.
And then now he switched to number 2 this season. Miller's number 5 in the backfield behind him. McFeeters, wide to the right. Pair of receivers to the left.
And we changed the count on them, and they got jumped off sides, it looked like. Challengers will get half the distance to the goal.
Well, that's been something, at least in terms of the Challenger instruction, that the Challengers over the years, we've seen them successful in drawing teams off sides with snap counts.
Well, the nice part about that is now it puts you in a position where you can still run the football if you want to, from the 2.5 now. Challengers can run it or throw it here, I think.
Plenty of options here for Cascade Christian here on the 3rd down and goal. And we see movement across the line. And the question then will be, did he jump or was he drawn off?
No, it's offsides again.
Andrew Berger caught with his hands in the cookie jar. So now on the 3rd and goal, yeah, you almost have to think they're gonna go ahead and run it here.
Worst case scenario for Brookings, fumble the football, 2 offside penalties, puts the Challengers on the 1.
Martin Claps his hands together. And he'll go ahead and hand it to Miller. Miller. It looks like he gets it just short of the goal line. It looks like forward progress probably takes him down to just 1 inch short of the goal. And so what do you do here, Mark? Do you go ahead and take the points? Or
if I'm the Challengers, they're going to go for it. It's like on the 1 inch line. I think they could probably let's see if Sam Martin decides to come up and run that quarterback sneak we've seen him do before.
Challengers, twins to either side. The slot man on the right side is Austin Waits. And they're going to bring it in. Did he cross the... And they're going to say that his knee was down and he's just short.
And they're not going to get in, and so the Challengers come up short there on 4th down, and they're going to turn the ball over back to the Brookings Bruins here.
Well, you know, that's something that's different from years past. Probably in a situation like this in the last couple of years, it would be Keegan Shawn running it in as a weapon, as a running quarterback. And I think that's going to be the interesting part, is the Challengers finding that power runner who can punch it in on a play like that. So the Brookings Harbor Bruins, deep in their own territory, a little bit of trouble there, but on the run, completing the pass. Nice throw there from Logan Holler, completing it to his favorite target, Jacob McCollum. So he gets out of their end zone, moves it up to the 15-yard line, or it'll bring up a down, first down and 10 for the Bruins. 10:22 left to go and counting here in the first quarter of play. Holler will go to the ground game on this go-around.
I think he kept it himself, didn't he?
Yes.
For really no gain.
And it looks like probably really didn't. If he picked up anything, it was just a couple inches. And so now that'll bring up a second down and 10. In the backfield.
Challengers defense seemed to be having a little bit of trouble figuring out which side they want to line up on. They finally got themselves organized here right before the snap.
Fakes the handoff to Kondaraki. And Holler's going to take it himself. Gets across the 20-yard line. Out to about the 23. So nice pickup there on second down for the Bruins.
Yeah, got about 8 yards. And again, we see them running that pistol type of offense just like the Challengers do here, with the 3 wide receivers, the 1 back. This time it looks like they've got 4 wide receivers out.
Berger out wide to the left. At the bottom of your screen, McCollum is the slot. They're going to hand the ball to Kondaraki. And it gets across the 25-yard line up to the 26. Did he make it? He did.
He did. First down.
And that'll move the sticks for the Brookings Harbor Bruins, who dodged danger. They end up turning the ball over early. Fumble recovery by Davis Federico, but the Challengers unable to capitalize, and they come up just short. Now wide left, Jamoria Beasley into the ball game. Got trips to the left. That includes Jason Deshawn. And they'll go ahead and hand the ball off on first down. And good defensive play by the Challengers as they stop the play.
That's Davis Federico coming downhill.
So number 10 for the Challengers, answering the bell big time here in tonight's contest. Federico, right around 6 feet tall, senior, one of the senior players for the Challengers. And been one of those guys as the years have gone on, has increased in his role with the team and making some noise here early in the ball game for Cascade Christian.
Yeah, he read that play all the way and stopped it in the backfield. Loss of 4.
Now Holler dropping back, looking to throw, moving to his left, looking downfield, trying to find something there. Good coverage by the Challengers, and no surprise for anybody familiar with Cascade Christian. Matt McFeeters with the play defensively.
Yeah, comes in from his corner spot, makes a nice hit on the receiver just as the ball is starting to arrive. Might have even got a hand in there to knock it out.
And with McFeeters, we saw him do that so many times last year that defensively did a great job of defending the pass from his defensive back spot. So now that'll bring up a 3rd down and 13. The Bruins at their own 25-yard line. McCollum going in motion to the far side. Rolling right. Holler and a little bit of pressure there, and stepping in front of that near pick by the challengers. Flag on the play.
I think that's going to be a hold, and if there's no other penalty flags out there,
it's in that spot where you would expect that.
You would think that the challengers would decline this and hope and get a punt.
I don't know. He better not. He better not.
So we'll see. They're going to go ahead and pick up the laundry.
You picking it up, or is there a call?
There is a call. You would think that, again, the challengers, they should be declining this penalty. Yeah, decline it. Looks like they're going to decline it. Oh, it's legal motion. Legal motion against the Bruins.
Oh, I just want to pass a note along to you, to those of you at Table Rock Sports. St. Mary's at South Umpqua. The broadcast is delayed, but their crew is setting up right now, and they'll be live as soon as possible. So if you happen to be sliding on over to this contest, be sure to check back in a couple of minutes, and they should have things ready to go as the Crusaders get ready to take on the Lancers. We have a 4th down and 13 for the Bruins. They get set to kick it away. A little bit of pressure there by the challengers. Back deep to receive is Christian Freilich at his own 42-yard line. He scampers, but good coverage by the Bruins. And there with the tackle is Derek Tuttle as the challengers set things up with pretty good field position. So, Mark, a good defensive stand by Cascade Christian after the Bruins looked like they might start to get some momentum going.
Yeah, they got a couple of first downs, one throwing it, one running it, and then the challengers' defense stiffened up and got the ball back for the offense. Now, offense struggled with that first possession here in this football game, not able to get it in there from the 10-yard line. So let's see what they do here the second time they have the football. Good field position, as you mentioned, at their own 45.
Twins to either side, but Freilich in motion. Martin takes the low snap, throws out in the flat, but ends up throwing wide of his intended target, Christian Freilich. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the challengers. You kind of get the feeling, they're not quite sighted in yet.
No, a little bit of nerves you can see right there. Sam doesn't set his feet properly before he tries to throw that football out in the flat. He just chucks it out there a little anxiously. Got to wait, set the feet, and then throw the football.
Trips to the right for Martin. We have Austin Waits out there along with Matt McFeeters and Christian Freilich. Single setback is Miller. 2nd down and 10. Martin rolls out, looks to throw, and a near pick by the Bruins. There defensively is Callan Christensen. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Challengers trying to get that passing game going a little bit here, and you can see Brookings kind of crowding the line of scrimmage, making the challengers throw the football, and so far they haven't been very successful doing it.
Austin Waits moving in as now a tight end slot. On his left hip is Freilich. Challengers at their own 45, a little pitch play. And running with the football is Titus Miller. He picks up the 1st down and more as he moves the ball into Bruins territory across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, 17 yards on 3rd down there for the challengers and a 1st down.
So nice work there by Titus Miller, running it to the outside. Moving the chains for the challengers as they move now into Bruins territory. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 with McFeeters wide right. Miller in the backfield. And Martin, just a lot of problems with it right there. It looked like Martin looking almost like indecisive. 2nd down and 12 for Cascade. Trips to the right. Single wide out left. Martin in the backfield. And they're going to go ahead and get it to Miller. Miller crosses the 35-yard line, gets it down to the 32. So Titus Miller giving the challengers a lift here early in the ball game. with 4:58 to go in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, Titus Miller so far been the bright spot for the Challengers. So, that one first down they've got on that sweep play, a lot of good blocking on the outside by the receivers.
That Challenger line out there for you. We see Liam Benatti out there along with Christian Bram, Daniel Naring, among others. 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5. And that spot on the field, Jim, where they're probably going, this is probably 2-down territory if they don't get it here.
Martin drops back, looks to throw. He gets this one complete and spinning and picking up the first down. Looks like that's Will Pearson out there.
Yeah, it is. And he catches that ball about 3 yards short of the first down, but he goes ahead and picks up 7 to get the first down.
So nice work there by Will Pearson, a player that, during his junior year, we saw plenty of him in the Challenger passing game, coming in and getting some snaps, getting some looks, and now he'll be a big key part of the Challengers passing game. On first down, the Challengers go to the ground. And Martin will hang on to it and take it down to just outside the 20-yard line.
And that time, Sam Martin with a nice read. Brookings had guys over here on this side of the field on that fly sweep, well covered, and he keeps the football himself and goes up the middle for about 6 yards.
Trips to the right. Pearson, the lone receiver, to the left. Martin drops back, looks to throw, completes it to Freilich. Freilich has the football, and nice little cut there. Works his way across the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Cascade Christian.
Yeah, that time, that's who they want to get it to out in space, and they do. They get it out in space to him. Some nice blocking downfield by the receivers and a couple of nice cuts, and Freilich's in the end zone, just like that. Challenger touchdown from 21 yards out.
So the Challengers on the board, thanks to the shifty leg work there of Christian Freilich. It's a 6-0 ball game. JT Knobloch in to attempt the point after. Out of the hold of Sam Martin. Here goes the kick. End over end. It is good. 3:34 left to go in the first quarter of play. It's the Cascade Christian Challengers 7. The Brookings Harbor Bruins, nothing. We'll be back after this timeout on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back at U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford, Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore and Christopher Janish as we bring you the Challengers and the Bruins. And the Challengers, on a nice run by Christian Freilich, end up taking the 7-0 lead.
And the Challenger offense getting a little bit on track there after the slow start and able to do a good job of taking care of that football there at the end.
And the ball's taken at the 24. There to receive the short kick by Knobloch is Jamoria Beasley. He's not able to do much with it. And that's where the Bruins will go ahead and take over as they try to answer the Challengers' touchdown on their last drive. Today's game is brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. 1st and 10 for the Bruins at their own 23-yard line. Haller is the quarterback. Kondaraki in the backfield with them. And it'll be Haller hanging on to the football. Looks like he'll get just across the 25 to bring up second down.
Yeah, that's that, where he fakes the handoff and keeps the ball himself. And Holler seems to be their main guy that they want to actually run the football.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that maybe Kondaraki's had one carry on the evening.
He's had two, but one of them he fumbled, remember, very beginning of the game when he tried to take the handoff. So I think they're just using that for decoy for the most part.
Yeah, I got you. I got it down here. Let's see.
Second down and 8. Holler rolling to his right, looking downfield. That pass a little bit short there, but they're in traffic to make the reception. Jason Deshawn, and that'll bring up a third and manageable for the Bruins. With 2:18 left to go in the first quarter of play. Challengers setting up defensively, trips to the left for the Bruins. And then Holler. Looks like the Challengers got some penetration there, Mark, but not able to get to him before he picks up the first down.
Well, and that's what I said earlier. You can see where he's the running back really. He's going to throw. He's able to throw the ball. Obviously, we've seen him throw it, but he's going to be the primary power back when they get in these short yardage situations, and then the Challengers got to be ready for that.
Beasley will be split out to the left. He's one of the 3 trips to the left side for the Bruins. Holler dropping back, looking to throw, looking downfield, pass caught by McCollum. McCollum picks up the first down, and then he is dropped by McFeeters.
Well, and you can tell exactly who they're trying to throw the football to so far.
Yeah, the primary guys in this Bruins attack thus far in the ball game have been McCollum and Holler.
Yeah, and McCollum is the one he's really looking to throw the football down the field to.
Berger, one of 2 receivers to the left side of that Bruin line. We got a motion man, and now they'll go ahead and hand to, nope, actually, once again, skillful job in the backfield there, and taking it is Holler. Holler, nice pickup on first down, brings them into Challenger territory as time winds down on the first quarter of play.
And as we've seen so far, Holler wanting to keep that football. And is a really strong runner, big guy, Logan Holler is. Looks like he's probably around 200 pounds, 6'2", area.
Little motion in the backfield. This time good penetration by the Challengers, and he gets dropped. Big time hit by the Cascade Christian defense.
Yeah, and Logan Holler, unfortunately, someone had him around the feet, and then I think it was McFeeters that had him around the feet, and he wasn't able to go anywhere, and boy, he took a shot from somebody down there.
So you can see there at that line of scrimmage that the Challengers are getting their chances.
Well, that ball was fumbled. The Challengers recovered, it looks like, as they're changing the sticks right now.
Okay, so second turnover of the night for the Brookings Harbor Bruins. Sorry, I missed that there. And so now it'll be Challenger football. So just as the Bruins look like they're going to start to get something going, the Challengers with another big defensive play. And now it'll be Challenger football with 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. McFeeters looking to the sideline. Will Pearson coming out of the Challenger lineup. Federico's into the ball game. He'll be the receiver to the left side.
Just 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Challengers trying to figure out where they want to line up here.
Waits lined up as a tight end to the right side. Freilich goes with him in the slot. They'll go ahead and hand it to Miller. Miller's had a great night. He picks up first down yardage and more.
And that should be, I think, the last play of the first quarter.
They got showing 1 second left to go.
Now they're just resetting the change, and Jim, and that should be the end of the quarter, I would think.
So the ball down to the 39-yard line, and that will mark the end of the first quarter of play. Your score after one, it is the Cascade Christian Challengers 7 and the Brookings Harbor Bruins nothing. here on your John L. Scott scoreboard. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more football right here on Table Rock Sports.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team, I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Back here at U.S. Cellular Community Park, while you're away at the break, Sam Martin on first down, completing the pass to the big tight end. That is Austin Waits with the reception. And the challengers move the sticks, work their way deeper into Brookings Harbor territory, down to the 24-yard line.
15-yard screen pass there by the challengers. So a nice little screen. I like the call. It's an easy throw for Sam to make. And he does a good job that time. Austin with a great catch and getting up the field.
And he makes a nice big target. Martin with the throw, gets it downfield. And we have a touchdown by the Cascade Christian Challengers. The pitch and catch, Christian Freilich with the reception, and the Challengers with their first TD pass of the evening and the second touchdown of the night for Christian Freilich.
Yep, last one from 21 yards out, this one from 24, and so far the Martin to Freilich connection in full display tonight.
And now JT Knobloch in to attempt the point after for Cascade, out of the hold of Sam Martin. The snap is down, the kick is up, right down Broadway, it is good. Opening drive of the second quarter, the Challengers extend their lead. It's a 14-0 ball game. We'll take a quick timeout, recognize our sponsors, and then we'll be back with more high school football for you on Table Rock Sports.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Buying supplies for a road trip should always look like an unsupervised 9-year-old was given $20. Relive those days. Live life full circle. My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
U.S. Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Knobloch with the kick for the Challengers, kicks it away, and the return, that's McCollum for the Bruins. He gets out across the 20-yard line and keeps his feet and gets all the way out to midfield, but he fumbles the football. It's loose, but it'll be recovered by the Challengers. So the third fumble recover of the evening for Cascade turns what would have been a nice return by the Bruins into a turnover.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was down before he fumbled that football, but they didn't call it the way. The officials let that play go out, and the Challengers recovered the football on their own 40. A nice kick return, as you mentioned. About a 35, 40-yard kick return, and then turns into Challengers football.
Well, I'll tell you that was an area that was a little bit of concern for Cascade Christian last year, was some of their kickoff coverage, and we saw a little bit of that there, but the Challengers able to catch a break and get the football back, leading 14-0. McFeeters, lone receiver to the left. In the backfield, it is Martin, the quarterback, and Miller behind him. Martin looks to McFeeters, and then McFeeters drops it. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Challengers at their own 39-yard line with 10:59 left to go in the half.
Yeah, that play was open, and a good throw that time by Martin, just not caught by McFeeters.
That'll now come out 2nd down and 10. Freilich split wide to the left. Martin, he sees something on the line. You can see him pointing. And we have some movement. And we have offsides, a penalty against the Bruins, and that's been one that's dogged them throughout the night.
Yeah, they have been trying to jump that snap, and that time Sam Martin did a good job of drawing them off sides.
Yeah, and you got a guy peeling off the ball guy, noticed, but
so now it'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Ball at the Challengers' own 44 after the penalty. Martin will hand it off to Miller. Miller cuts it to the outside. And he gets out to the 45, near the 46-yard line. That'll bring up about a 3rd and, we'll call it a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and short for the Challengers, and that play designed to go inside, got bounced outside.
So the Challengers on the move, leading 14-0. Nice kickoff return by McCollum and the Bruins, but the Challengers pick up a fumble recovery. Martin looking right. Runs into some trouble, but he weaves out of danger. He's across midfield, down into Bruins territory. So Martin doing a nice job there of dodging danger to pick up the Challenger 1st down.
Yeah, about a 15-yard little scramble play there. He probably ran 35 or 40 yards to get the 15 yards, but he got him.
Oh, he'll be one tired young man tomorrow. So now the Challengers in Bruin territory. Martin out of the shotgun. Looks, throws right. Pass complete to Freilich. Freilich with the catch. Swings it to the outside. Picks up 1st down yardage and more as he gets down to the 27-yard line. And that's just some of that speed, some of that shiftiness of Christian Freilich. You know, not only is he a talented athlete, but he's also got to be one of the hardest workers on this Challenger roster.
Well, and he has all the moves in that duffel bag of his that he pulls out, and he does a great job of getting guys to miss and making guys miss. And he's a tough runner, too, if they do happen to hit him. And so he always gets the extra yards. He's always falling forward and getting yards after the catch.
Martin on 1st down, looking in the direction of, I believe that's Tyler Almacy there on the play, but falls incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. Challengers leading 14-0, but on the move here, looking to extend that lead.
They're starting to migrate, yeah.
Austin waits.
Yeah.
You can see him trudging along there from the left side over to the tight end spot.
Yeah, he's going to line up right at tight end on this play.
Almacy in the slot. McFeeters, wide left. Will hand the ball off on 2nd down. And it looks like he saw something there. And ended up slipping on the turf.
Well, and I think he might have hurt himself, too, looks like.
And you see right there, Titus Miller on the turf. And at this moment in time, we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout while they tend to Mr. Miller, and we'll be back after these messages on Table Rock Sports.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Buying supplies for a road trip should always look like an unsupervised 9-year-old was given $20. Relive those days. Live life full circle. My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for US Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Titus Miller to the sidelines for the Challengers. Leg injury, looked like his left leg, not able to put any weight on it. That'll bring Elijah Neff into the football game, another one of those Challenger seniors, 11 on the Challengers rosters this year, as we now have a 3rd down and 11. Martin clapping his hands together, getting some pressure from his opposite man, Holler, and he'll end up being dropped in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. Martin brought down at the 36-yard line, and now that'll bring up 4th down, and kind of an interesting spot on the field for the Challengers, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know what
in Bruins territory.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do here. I think probably the best move here would be to punt the football, to be honest with you. But
so now with a 4th down and 18, the ball was at the 25-yard line, but after the foul up on that last play, and
after the 7-yard, 8-yard loss, it's back to the 32, 33, and now it's 4th and about 18. So. Not a lot of 4th and 18 plays probably in your bag of tricks.
No, there's not. And then you figure out what that would be. Would that be for a field goal? And that would be pretty deep.
Yeah, that would be a 50-yarder. And in this kind of weather, I doubt that even Knobloch can get it there.
Quite true. So it looks like here on a 4th down and 18, Challengers looking like they're going to go for it. Makes you wonder if they might go to the hard count here, maybe.
Well, you could always try a screener or something like that, which would be almost as effective as a punt if you can get even half of this back.
Well, they got the playmakers. No question about that.
And then you might still pick it up.
4th and 18 for Cascade, lining up for like they're going to do an offensive play. Elijah Neff in the backfield. Freilich in the slot, left side. McFeeters out wide left. Martin going to drop back, looking to throw. Looking left, looking for McFeeters. The pass. And it just looked like it went through his hands, Mark, and that'll be a turnover on downs as the Bruins get it back.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was right on target, and McFeeters just needs to jump up there and go get it. And he doesn't do that for whatever reason, and it's a ball he can probably get to.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Bruins. And it'll bring up a 1st down and 10. Now the Bruins at their own 33. Holler in the backfield. Berger split out wide to the right. Pair of receivers out to the left side. Kondaraki in the backfield. 9:14 left to go in the half. And dropping the snap is Holler, but it regains his composure. He has Kondaraki there. He makes the catch, eludes Will Pearson. And then he's brought down at the 38-yard line. So a big pass play for the Brookings Harbor Bruins. Puts them into Challenger territory. One of their biggest plays of the night.
And no one picks up the back out of the backfield on the wheel route. And that's a 30-yard completion. Or 30-yard catch and run, I should say, for a big Brookings Harbor 1st down.
Brookings now down at the 38 of Cascade Christian. Holler in the backfield, Kondaraki with him.
Yeah, it was.
Shotgun snap, and Holler keeps the football. Challengers defensively looking like they're doing a pretty good job there of staying home and limiting the damage on the play.
And just a 2-yard gain that time as the Challenger linebackers come up and make the stop. And when I say linebackers, you need a couple of guys to get Holler on the ground.
He's a big dude. They don't put the heights and weights, and I'm sure with probably good reason there. But as you can just see there on your screen, probably one of the biggest guys in the Bruins lineup. Rolling left, and a near interception by the Challengers. The Challengers break up the pass defensively, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Didn't quite catch there who ended up almost running away with it.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either, but one of those Challenger linebackers looked like he got out in the flat that time. Made a nice play, had an opportunity to intercept it.
3rd and 8. 8:19 left to go in the half. And it's Holler with the keeper. Does a good job of fooling the Challenger defense. And he will get across the 30-yard line down to about the 28.
Yeah, and he gets... Just ran for another 7 yards right up the gut against the Challenger defense.
They say he's just short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a 4th down and 1. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. And 7:41 to go, and it's Holler with it. And he'll go ahead and looks like he picked up the 1st down before gets the pushback from the Challengers.
Yeah, it looked like he got just enough. Needed 1, got 2, as he bounced that one a little bit outside. And, you know, as we've said so far, Holler seems to be their main option in the running game.
And doing so pretty effectively here so far this evening. Brookings with 1st down, move the sticks down to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, by my count, he's got about 40 yards rushing so far on the evening.
Twin receivers to either side. Now McCollum in motion.
He's wide.
Rolling right is Holler. Holler getting some pressure from the Challengers. He'll now move to his left. He'll look downfield, tries to throw it in the direction of Beasley, but it falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down. So Challengers bring a little bit of pressure out there on the play and frustrate the play.
Yeah, and it was a good thing that he didn't have time to set his feet because he had an open receiver down in the end zone. Beasley was wide open if he could have got the ball to him.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 with 7:17 left to go in the first half of play. Berger now, the receiver wide right. Pair of receivers, and now they'll go ahead and line up, hand it off to... And it looks like we may have another fumble on the play, Mark. And
yeah, it's very
Challengers.
Unfortunate for the Bruins. They get some momentum. That's twice now. They've got some momentum, move the football down the field, and have fumbled it both times that's happened.
Now, how many times? That's 4 turnovers now for 3?
3 fumbles.
So now the Challengers get it back, and I see checking into the ball game, brand new to varsity football this year, Cody Reese. Reese, you know, his staples have been basketball and baseball over the years. Played soccer last year, and now he's in as a wide receiver here offensively for Cascade. On 1st down, little pitch play. Running with the football for Cascade Christian. And with the football, Christian Freilich out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that's who that was.
Well, Titus Miller, who had so much success early in the ball game, ended up getting hurt. And we've seen a little bit of Elijah Neff. And really to no surprise, Freilich is just that Swiss Army knife kind of player that you can do just about anything with. Reese and Waits in motion, and a timeout called by Cascade Christian. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. I want to remind you, fans can help keep Table Rock Sports in the game by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Search Table Rock Sports at youtube.com and click on the red subscribe button to help us continue to cover the action. Also want to take opportunity to recognize some of those supporters of Challenger Athletics. Our title sponsor this year is George Fox University, and that's been a school that the Challengers sent many football players to, but one of the top Christian schools in the western United States, George Fox University. We thank them for being our presenting sponsor of Challenger Athletics for this season. So, Mark, in so many ways, I mean, here we are in the middle of March, but this is opening night, and in so many ways you see some of the things you kind of expect to see on opening night. We see some spectacular plays by the Challengers, but we also see some things that, you hope to clean up very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those things, some of those things at least, are due to the weather as well, Jim.
Martin with the football, completes the pass, and picking up first down yardage and more. That's the senior Will Pearson. 6'1", 170-pound receiver. See a flag back at the 45-yard line of Cascade Christian. And we'll see what the call is there. And
yeah, let's see what it is in the area where you'd call holding on one of the receivers.
Yeah, I was just going to say, anytime we can just slam to the strong side, I think we can defeat.
So the officiating crew sorting things out. But it seems like we're starting to see Martin starting to settle in a bit of a rhythm after a little bit of maybe a rough start earlier this evening.
So it looks like it's going to be a block in the back against the Challengers, their first penalty of the night.
And that will spot the ball at the Challengers' own 35-yard line, and now that'll bring up, instead of a first down, now we're looking at a second down, and we'll call it 3. The second down at 6:29 to go in the half. Martin, the quarterback. Freilich in the backfield behind him. Throw it out in the left flat. Pass complete to McFeeters. He'll cross the 40-yard line. Gets it up near midfield as he crosses down to the 48. Tackle made by the Brookings Harbor Bruins. Coming up with the stop for Brookings Harbor is Calvin Christensen. I believe for McFeeters, that's his first catch of the night after a couple of drops early. Maybe he's got those out of his system now, but he's now out wide left. Waits is the slot on his side, the left side. Cody Reese in the slot over on the right-hand side. Will Pearson out wide. Martin clapping his hands together. And they'll go ahead and hand the ball to Freilich. Freilich just explodes downfield, gets across the 35-yard line, down to about the 31.
Yeah, another 20-yard gain for Freilich up the middle. Nice run that time by him as he accelerates through the line of scrimmage. You mentioned it, and just takes it right down the field.
So you're like a kid in a candy store. You turn your back for a second. He's gone. So that moves the football down to the 28-yard line. The Challengers on the move, leading in the ball game, 14-0. Martin will hand the ball off, and Freilich just weaving his way through traffic. And he's out across the 15-yard line. Looks like he might be about down to the 12. Maybe it's the Challengers' best receiver, is also their best running back.
Yeah, no doubt. He's having quite a game so far as he picks up another 17 yards on that gain and another Challenger first down.
2 wide to either side. They'll go ahead and throw it in the flat, and through the hands of Will Pearson, that'll bring up second down. And we see the rain coming down, and I tell you, it's been quite a day for that after we had such pleasant weather earlier this week, but you can see it coming down out there and making for a slippery football this evening.
Well, and then you got a new running back new guy playing running back too that hasn't been doing that.
Martin and a whistle and looks like there to be an offside call against Brookings Harbor. And that'll bring the football down inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8.
Another offsides penalty against Brookings. So every time the challengers run that fake clap, they jump.
Martin takes a snap, hands to Freilich. Freilich lumbers ahead. And you know, he may be a little guy, but he's got incredible strength for his size. At 170 pounds and works it down inside the 5.
Yeah, and he's near the first. Looks like they can get a first down at the 1. He's down inside about the 3.
So 3rd down and 1. Ball spotted down at the 7-yard line. 5:22 and counting left to go in the first half of play. Martin looking to the sideline along with Freilich for the play. Now we see Austin Waits moving over to the right side. Martin rolls right. Looking for Cody Reese. Touchdown, Challengers.
And Cody Reese with his first catch as a Challenger receiver is a touchdown. From
Cody, the junior receiver, and he's playing his first football, I believe, Mark, since middle school.
Yeah, he has not.
I remember you talking about him kind of being an up-and-comer back in the day, and then, and he's not a particularly big guy, and for a couple of years either doesn't play a fall sport or does soccer. But this year, I think a couple of his buddies in his fly fishing class talked him into coming out, and makes a nice showing here for the Challengers to put him up 20-0. Point after attempt by Knobloch is good. And it's 21-0 ball game. 4:56 left to go in the half. You're watching Challengers and Bruins football here on Table Rock Sports, and we'll be back with more following the break.
The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
JT Knobloch kicking it off for the Challengers. It's taken down at the 10-yard line by Brookings Harbor. A flag comes in late as the kick is returned out to the 35-yard line. See another flag coming in after the whistle. So we'll see what this is all about. But quite often on that in that first week, you expect to see a little bit of, shall we say,
extracurricular activity
on the special teams. What do we used to call it? Adventures in special teams.
There you go.
And this whistle's going to go against Brookings Harbor. And so they'll go ahead and mark it back to the 25-yard line, and that's for the Bruins, who trail in the ball game 21-0. Mark, they've moved the football this evening, but
the fumbles is really what's got them. The 2 times they had a couple of decent drives.
Kondaraki tries to carry it out of the backfield, but the Challengers strong defensively there. Looks like we've got Christian Bremen on the play for Cascade, and a loss of yardage on the play as the ball goes back to the 22-yard line. So a loss of 3 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and long. Challengers in the driver's seat. Holler Got a man in motion.
Follow. There's your follow right there.
And they're going to go ahead and it's Holler once again with the keeper, and he does a really good job of really selling the fake handoff there.
Well, Kondaraki does a good job of selling it too. He folds right over the top of it. It looks like he's got the football going up the middle, but Holler keeping it.
Yeah, it's fooled me a couple times this evening, I'll tell you that. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
How's it feel? What's Kurt say about stability? Does it feel loose?
3:40 left to go in the half and counting.
No, that's not good.
Holler takes the snap.
Right there, Davis.
And he works his way through a crowded backfield.
No, that ball came out backwards.
And let's see what happens here. Will they call this incomplete?
They're going to call it I saw incomplete from the side. So incomplete.
Came out backwards.
So that'll bring up a 4th down for Brookings Harbor.
Should be punt return. Let's go. Yeah.
Challenger Brain Trust advocating for a fumble. 4th down and 11. And Holler lines up as the punter. Freilich, the return man for the Challengers, he's back at the Challenger 47-yard line. Holler had a little bit of trouble with the snap, but gets the kick away. And
he's smart enough not to kick it to Freilich, I guess. He kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah, we've seen enough of this guy this evening. The Challengers, nonetheless, get it back with excellent field position out toward midfield.
Challengers right now very balanced so far in the football game. I've got them with 92 yards rushing here in the first half and 117 yards passing.
So Sam Martin, who's been waiting in the wings for some number of years, understudy to Keegan Shawn, now getting his opportunity to help pilot the Challenger offense.
He's got 3 touchdown passes in this one so far.
Martin with Neff in the backfield behind him. They'll go ahead and almost an interception there. And they're throwing in the football pass intended for number 6, that's Ethan Kleinsasser. And nearly picked off by the Bruins.
Yeah.
But it was one of those deals, Mark, I could read it from here.
Yeah, it was, you could see what was coming. And nice job by, actually, the Bruins of reading it. Probably should have had an interception, just didn't catch the football.
So, Kleinsasser, wide left. Almacy in there as a slot receiver. Martin looking left, looking downfield for Almacy. Almacy makes the catch, takes it down at the 25.
Yeah, nice job by Almacy of adjusting to that ball thrown just outside of him, and he makes the catch for about a 25-yard gain and a first down for the Challengers.
Well, he was one of the guys you think about. He played a lot of JV ball last year, and he would be one of the kids that we would see up filming and we would get the chance to visit with when we broadcast games last year. And now he's getting his opportunity and getting an opportunity to do that. There's a timeout called on the field. That'll give us opportunity to thank our great sponsors who make this great high school athletic action available for you. And that includes our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore, Jeep Dodge Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. And also don't forget, for almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and our communities. Challengers leading in this ball game 21-0. Season opener tonight. It's been a good week for Challenger sports. The Challenger girls volleyball program with a pair of victories this week, picking up a win on the road against Brookings Harbor on Tuesday night. Then a win against Sutherland, a team, Mark, that swept the Challenger girls last year and ended up taking the number 1 seed out of league. But I tell you, they've got the powerful senior contingent on that girls team. It's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and we knew they were going to have a strong team, and that Sutherland just tells you.
Sam Martin with the football, fakes the handoff. He keeps it, but nothing doing on that play to bring up 2nd down. And then also the Challenger soccer team's off and running. The girls playing to a 2-all draw in Lakeview, and the Challenger boys winning 9-1 against Rogue Valley Adventist. as a pair of players end up with the golden sombrero in the game with 4 goals apiece.
Yeah, one of them being some kid named McCoy. I don't know who that is.
I wouldn't know who that guy is. Looking left is Martin completing the pass. And a nice catch there made by Ethan Kleinsasser.
Yeah, and he does a nice run after the catch and gets 12 yards in the Challenger first down.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that the Challengers have always had an abundant supply of is speed on this team, and we see a little bit of running after the catch. Good work there by Ethan Kleinsasser to bring up a first down at 10. 2:17 left to go in the half. Freilich back in the backfield for the Challengers behind Sam Martin. Almacy, the receiver, in the slot on the left side. And we have a whistle against the Challengers. It'll be a delay of game.
No, it's illegal motion, I think, Jim.
Motion. Okay. You're right.
One of the receivers moved. And I think, yeah.
So they'll mark the splint off against the Challengers. And that'll take the football back to the 18.
And the main referee is the one who called that from behind the play there. That's an interesting call.
2:03 to go in the half. Challengers up 21-0. Martin looking to his right. Pass caught and taken in for the touchdown.
That's Matt McFeeters on the slant route.
Nice catch by McFeeters. And ends up taking it in for the score. Feeders had his struggles with a couple of drops early in the ball game, but has more than made up for it since. Nice catch there, and not an easy one on a night like this.
No, and a couple of nice defensive plays as well. Guarding receivers down the field.
So the Challengers now up 27-0, pending the extra point try by JT Knobloch, his sophomore kicker. His kick end over end, and it is good. 1:56 left to go in the first half of play. We'll take a timeout, and when we return, we'll bring you more high school football on the Table Rock Sports Network, featuring the Challengers and the Bruins. We'll be right back.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
28-0 Challengers. And the short kick ends up coming out to a Bruin that you can tell is not accustomed to catching the football. I was like, hey, what's this thing?
Yeah.
But
he does get it out to about the 33-yard line. Give them some decent field position to start this drive.
Andrew Berger there with the play. And
we've got another Challenger limping around out there.
That looks like Davis Federico.
Yep.
They're going to bring him off the field and tend to him. And checking into the Challenger lineup will be Liam Bonatti after helping his teammate off.
Yeah, Federico is going to take his defensive end spot, it looks like.
First and 10 at the 33. Rolling to his right is Holler. Holler completes the pass. Gets across the 40-yard line up to the 42 to who else? And McCollum with the catch.
It's about 9 yards on that play. That connection's been most of their passing game so far in this one.
And a generally effective one at that. 2nd down and 1.
Now here's your opportunity to take a shot if you want to do that.
4 receivers set. Holler rolling left. Neff looking to apply some pressure, and he's looking downfield. Underthrown ball, and they have a flag in the secondary. And the indication there looks to be that they're going to call interference against the Challengers, much to the chagrin. You can kind of see Christian Freilich shrugging there, just going, what's going on there?
That's flat out terrible.
So the call going against Cascade Christian.
Yeah, I think that is going to be pass interference, and it is against the Challengers. Yeah, that I don't know how you call that one, but they did. And so that's going to give...
So they're going to go ahead and walk it off. And they'll walk it down into Challenger territory.
It's a 15-yard penalty against the Challengers.
And they'll go ahead and spot the ball at the 43. So 1st and down and 10 for the Bruins. Looking to try to maybe get on the board here as they trail in the ball game 28-0. Shotgun snap. Holler looking long. A lot of coverage back there. And ball is just overthrown back there with the coverage for the Challengers. Pass intended for McCollum. We have Challenger defenders all over the place, as it was Kyle Berger, the intended target. Incompletion.
It looked like Kleinsasser was back there on the coverage.
So the Bruins looking to get on the board here. They got the ball down at the 43 of Cascade. Going in motion is McCollum over to the left side. And now Holler rolling left, but there's some pressure there, and the pass falls incomplete.
That's a good long run. That's pretty good.
And nice pressure defensively by the Challenger defense to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that time some good pressure as Holler trying to throw that ball down the field, but he got hit just as he was trying to get rid of it. And he's taking some account over there. It's a little slow to get back to his quarterback spot.
Yeah, whatever jacuzzi they got at home, I think that'll eventually be dubbed the USS Holler by the time he's done with it. 3rd down and 10. And a little pitch play. And going and making a move toward the sideline. A little shake and bake there. Carrying the football, Jason Deshawn. But he'll end up being short of the 1st down with 37 seconds left to go in the half. That'll bring the football down to about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, picked up about 4, but the clock's running with 28 seconds and counting here in the 1st half. And they don't seem to be in a huge hurry here, which you would think they would be.
Ball spotted at the 39. Jamoria Beasley out wide to the right. Snap back to Holler. Holler getting some pressure, and they wrestle him down to the turf. Quarterback slack by the Cascade Christian Challengers. In there defensively for the Challengers. See Keith Reed in there.
Yep.
So now
he's the backup quarterback, by the way, in case you didn't know that, for the Challengers.
Yeah, lives just less than a couple of miles from us, Mark. Yeah, then Keith, sophomore at Cascade. His younger sister Caitlin, also a student there. 1 second left to go in the half. Challengers get it back. And the Challengers will go ahead and set it up for one final snap for the half. And they'll go ahead and take a knee, and that will end the first half of play.
Yeah, that was the weirdest knee I've ever seen. I think he dropped the football on the turf and then landed on it. But it is a knee, and it does end the half.
No, probably not going to get too many points for style on that, but that'll end the first half of play. The Cascade Christian Challengers, some bumps and dents in the fender along the way, but nonetheless, they have a 28-0 halftime lead here on your John L. Scott scoreboard. At the half, it is Cascade Christian 28 and the Brookings Harbor Bruins nothing. We'll take a timeout and be back with your halftime show right here on TableRockSports.net.
The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram Trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
The Medical Eye Center in Medford is helping bring you today's action. They have a wide range of eye care services for the whole family. Visit medicaleyecenter.com to learn how they might help your vision needs. And I tell you, you don't need 2015 vision to see how the challengers have really kind of come out and taken a commanding lead here early in the ball game. Brookings Harbor Bruins early in the ball game. They've been able to move the football in stretches. Unfortunately, their undoing has largely been turnovers, and Mark is working on the halftime stats and will give us the official breakdown on how things are looking in that department. But between turnovers and penalties, Brookings finding themselves trailing by 4 touchdowns in the ball game. Recapping the scoring from the first half of play, In the first quarter, with 3:34 left to go, Sam Martin fired a 21-yard touchdown pass to Christian Freilich. The point-after attempt by J.T. Knobloch is good to make it a 7-0 ball game. Then early in the second quarter, Martin once again going to the air, finding Christian Freilich, this time on a 24-yard pitch and catch, and the kick by Knobloch to make it 14-0. Then with 4:57 left to go in the half, it was Sam Martin once again going to the air, this time to newcomer Cody Reese. Reese scoring, and the point-after attempt giving the Challengers a 21-0 lead. And then finally wrapping up the scoring in the first half, it was Martin on an 11-yard strike to Matt McFeeters. The point-after good to make it a 28-0 ball game. That's the scoring for the first half, and Mark is working on the halftime stats. We'll have that coming up for you, and invite you to stick around because we've got more coming your way. It's the Challengers leading the Bruins on the John L. Scott scoreboard here on TableRockSports.net.
The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
Deeper into Brookings Harbor territory, down to the 24-yard line.
15-yard screen pass there by the Challengers. So a nice little screen. I like the call. It's an easy throw for Sam to make, and he does a good job that time. Austin with a great catch and getting up the field.
He makes a nice big target. Martin with the throw, gets it downfield. And we have
a touchdown.
A touchdown. A little highlight there from the first half for you, and that's one of the kind of the cool toys that the folks at Table Rock Sports have, that we could bring you replays like that. What you just saw was the 24-yard touchdown pass from Sam Martin to Christian Freilich, the second scoring strike between the two to give us a 14-0 ball game, and it has been a half for the Challengers. And here's Mark McLemore with the tail of the tape.
Yeah, the Challenger offense took a while to get going. If you remember right, they got the ball handed to them on the 10-yard line in their very first possession, and they weren't really able to do much with it. They got it down to the 1-yard line and then turned it over on down. So that's one of 2 turnovers on downs they had in that first half. But from there on, they started to pick it up as the half went along. But first, we're going to look at the statistics from Brookings. In that first half, they did have 6 first downs, and Haller threw the ball 5 times, or 12 times, excuse me, and completed 5. He was 5 for 12 for 72 yards in that first half. Brookings Harbor ran the ball 15 times for 24 yards, and they actually ran it a little more than that, but they had a few sacks there late in the half that really affected that yardage total. But 96 yards total between running and passing for the Brookings Harbor Bruins in that first half. So less than 100 yards. That I think the Challenger defensive mind would be pleased with that, keeping them to under 100 yards in the first half. They did have 84 return yards because, of course, they returned a bunch of kickoffs in that first half. So they did have 84 return yards for total offense of 180 yards for Brookings Harbor. They had 5 penalties for 26 yards, and the big stat for them is they had 3 fumbles in that first half, all 3 of which the Challengers recovered, the one on the opening kickoff. And the 2 other times they started to get some momentum moving the football, they also fumbled it away to Cascade Christian. And one of them was a big kickoff return where they would have been deep in Challenger territory. So a good job defensively by the Challengers, but the Bruins sort of shot themselves in the foot a few times there with those 3 turnovers. For Cascade Christian in the first half, they had 10 first downs, rushing yards, 18 carries for 92 yards, passing, Sam Martin, 11 for 19 for 165. So not a bad opening half for his first game as a Challenger quarterback. He also threw for 4 touchdowns in that first half as well. That's always a good total to have in the first half. Return yards for Cascade, just 5 on a punt return. Total offense for the Challengers, 263 yards. They had 3 penalties for 30 yards in that first half, and they didn't have any turnovers, but they did have those 2 turnovers on downs, where they, the one at the 1 yard line and one other one where it was a 4th and long play that they didn't convert. So deep in Brookings Harbor territory. So all in all, Challengers basically 257 yards running and passing in that first half to just 96 for Brookings. So the scoreboard pretty much tells the tale of that. But Brookings, again, this could be a lot closer game if they converted on a couple of those drives where they fumbled the football away.
Well, there's no question that this Bruins roster is not devoid of talent. We have seen Logan Haller at work all evening long, particularly running with the football as well as passing. And then you can see McCollum, a big part of that passing game. And then we see a little bit from Kondaraki from time to time. Deshaun also another a quality player for him. But it's hard to score points when you give it away. And that's really kind of been what it's been all about. And unfortunately for Brookings Harbor, if you're a fan of theirs, the Challengers start out the second half of the football, and it seems like that this Challengers team is one that only gets stronger as the game goes on. I suppose on the Challenger side of things, of course, we're in here. Usually we're up on the roof broadcasting, but with weather conditions being what they are, we're down here in the box with the Challenger assistants, and we're getting a chance to overhear their perspective on things. And I'm sure it's probably maybe, and rightly so, because of what their role is, that a little bit more critical perspective than a fan might have. But you can see, obviously, they're seeing things that the Challengers can be working on regardless of the result.
Yeah, well, there's some discipline things, I think, more than anything that they're seeing from up here that we've been hearing them discuss. You're out of position. You're not where you're supposed to be during the game and during that part of whatever play it was. And, the other things that have hurt the Challengers in the first half is losing their running back, who does a lot of blocking in the pass game. If you've ever watched Challengers play before, there's some pickup responsibilities that the running back has, especially on bootlegs, where he's got to sort of collapse the defensive end so that Martin or whoever the quarterback is can get outside of that defensive end. Well, we got a new running back in the game, Christian Freilich, who's not used to doing those kinds of things, and the same thing goes on the defensive side of the football, where there's a few new players having to come in because of some of those Challenger injuries.
And we're hoping that all goes well for Titus Miller, and hopefully he won't be out of commission for long. And
Davis Federico as well.
Yeah, for Miller, he's played some of the tonight in the running game, some of the best football I think we've seen him play in his high school career. But at the half, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. The Challengers on top of this one by a score of 28-0. We'll take a timeout here, and then when we return, we'll get you ready for the start of the second half. It is the Challengers 28, the Bruins nothing on your John L. Scott Real Estate scoreboard. And stick around after the break. We'll have more football coming your way here on Table Rock Sports.
The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
And we're back at U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford, and we just got a score to pass along to you. Grants Pass leading against North Medford by a score of 14-13. And that game is in the third quarter of play. Also, want to take this opportunity real quick. I want to get a plug in for our sponsors of Challenger Athletics, and that includes Dairy Queen of Grants Pass. Also, our thanks to Kelly Business Services, and also for ABBA Freight Systems. And they're a part of a team of people that have come together and supplied $60,000 in support for Challenger Athletics. And Mark, you as a basketball coach, baseball coach, and somebody who's involved on this side of things in football and basketball can appreciate all the work that goes into making athletics at the high school level possible.
Well, and what's nice about the sponsorships is that then the money doesn't get taken away from the school, right?
Right.
Those sponsorships are for athletics. And so Cascade can, the other fundraisers that they do, they can, for academics, they can use them for academics. So that's a really good thing to have the sports programs pretty much fully funded by that group of sponsors.
Well, and of course, we talk about the sponsors of Table Rock Sports, Lithia, Superstore, also Bill's Glass and Siskiyou Cellular. Thank for their support. And I want to remind you that on Table Rock Sports tomorrow, you can catch more Cascade Christian Sports. The Challenger boys and girls soccer team, both in action at 10 a.m. tomorrow out here at these facilities. The Challenger girls will play host to Illinois Valley. They'll look for their first win of the season after coming off the draw against Lakeview earlier this week. In that game, Katie Erno scoring a pair of goals as the Challengers rallied from a 2-0 deficit. The Challenger boys go on against their crosstown rival, the St. Mary's Crusaders. And that Crusaders team looking a lot different in years past, but the Cranenberg brothers put on quite a show yesterday as the Crusaders belted Rogue River 7-0. Then a couple days earlier, Levi Shapini and Johnny McCoy score 4 goals apiece en route to a 9-1 victory. And that's been an entertaining team to watch. Johnny on a free kick from 50 yards out, lofted it over the back line and into the net. I've seen a lot of insane goals from him over all these years, but this one might have topped the list.
Well, it sounds like it. 50 yards. I mean, I don't know how many people can even kick a soccer ball 50 yards, so there's probably a pretty limited subset of people that can do that, especially in the air over the goalie. So obviously, I'm sure the goalie was a little bit surprised that he even attempted that from there, but as most goalies would be.
Absolutely. But you know what's been fun about that soccer program, you know as a basketball coach, the talents of guys like Nathan Spurlock, Anders Mielecki, Ryan Crowell, Levi Marinkus, the newcomer from North Medford, coming over, and Dylan Westlake, freshman goalkeeper. We've got a lot of nice additions into the program. We only returned 3 players from last year.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get these kids that are playing multiple sports. A lot of them play 3 sports at Cascade. They get the opportunity to play something like soccer or football, and really help those teams out just because of their athleticism, even though in a lot of cases it might not be their primary sport.
Absolutely. Well, that's been kind of the fun thing, and especially see them involved and getting into sports in a year where, so many things aren't like what they ordinarily are.
Right, and so the 3 sports seasons that we're going to have might be like one normal regular season, if you know of any one sport,
right,
the way it's kind of turning out.
Well, our fall sports right now, they have just kicked off this week with their conference schedules. It'll be 5 weeks, and then it's right on to what would be your typical spring sports. And then hopefully what that does, it allows more time for the whole thing with COVID-19 to tamp down a little bit and allow those indoor sports that get played during the winter an opportunity at the tail end of the school year, an opportunity to go. But you talk about multi-sport athletes and a kid that has put on a football uniform for the first time in his high school career, to see Cody Reese go out and make a play, score a touchdown in his first game with the Challengers.
And it looks like he's out there on the kick return team as well as we start the third quarter. Challengers going to receive the football. They kicked off to start the football game. So, they'd love nothing more to put another 7 on the board here and really sort of cement this one away.
Challengers getting ready to receive the football for the second half, and this will be the first attempt at a kickoff return in the ball game for Cascade. Going back deep to receive is Christian Freilich along with Tyler Almacy. And, it seems like Mr. Haller does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you might as well kick off too, huh?
So he's going to go ahead and kick off, and now you see the John L. Scott scoreboard. And you see there the Challengers up 28-0 in this ball game, looking to try to start out their season on a winning note. The first of just 5 games that they will play this year. Haven't heard yet on what a culminating week might look like. They're going to go ahead and kick it along the ground, and wisely falling on it for the Cascade Christian Challengers.
Brody Sample, I think, getting on that one for the Challengers.
A young sophomore. And he ends up recovering it, and the Challengers will go ahead and take the ball. Excellent field position to open the second half as they take it at their own 37-yard line. So we see Freilich. Ordinarily, you would see him in a slot, but he's lining up in the backfield behind quarterback Sam Martin. And a little pitch play to Cody Reese. He'll go ahead and try to run it to the outside, but chasing him down is Kyle Berger. Loss of yardage on the play, loss of about 3 to bring up a 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, I think they still got a little work to do on that particular play. It took a lot longer than it should have to get going.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 13. And it'll be McFeeters split out wide to the left. The slot on his side is Cody Reese. Pair of receivers over to the right side. Austin Waits in the slot. I'll go ahead and hand the ball on 2nd down, and Freilich gets that ball back and more. He's off to the races. He gets it to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He outruns the posse. Touchdown, Challengers.
Yeah, 67 yards on the run by Christian Freilich. I think he's going to be selling popcorn a little later.
I don't doubt that. Nice play there for Christian Freilich. I believe, that's his 3rd touchdown of the evening?
Yes. And the first rushing touchdown of the Challengers for the night.
Christian Freilich off to the races, putting on a show for the fans watching on Table Rock Sports tonight. And the Challengers up now 34-0 as JT Knobloch gets ready to attempt the point after. Sophomore kicker back from a torn ACL. And he'll do so out of the hold of Sam Martin. His kick, this one, and mishit it.
Well, I think he slipped on it, went on the plant foot a little bit, it looked like.
And the point after attempt is no good. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll bring you more high school football. You can see the score right now on your John L. Scott scoreboard. It's the Challengers 34, Brookings Harbor Bruins nothing. We'll be back after this timeout on Table Rock Sports.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Buying supplies for a road trip should always look like an unsupervised 9-year-old was given $20. Relive those days. Live life full circle. My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or feeling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Back at U.S. Cellular Community Park, we're away at the break. JT Knobloch, nice kickoff for the Challengers, rolls into the end zone. His best kick of the night, and the Bruins will go ahead and take it at the 20, trailing in the ball game by a score of 34-0.
Oh, Keith, come on, Keith.
And then Keith Reed checking into the ball game for Cascade Christian.
Well, I think he's taking Federico's spot and forgot that he's starting on defense here in the second half.
Oops, on first down. Haller with a keeper. And they'll run it to Keith Reed's side. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play to bring up a second down and manageable for Logan Haller and company.
Speed option.
And as you mentioned, or we talked about in the first half, Logan Haller's been a lot of their run game so far in this one.
And on this play, he'll have trips to the right, McCollum in the outside slot. And now Haller looking to throw the football, but has to take off and run with it.
Picks up a couple of yards, it looks like.
Just gets past the line of scrimmage and maybe on pure effort picks up 1 or 2 and bring up a third down and a manageable 4 for the Bruins. In their lineup offensively is senior receiver Jamoria Beasley. He's split wide right, and he'll be the responsibility of defensive back Will Pearson for the Challengers. We'll go with trips to the right side. Haller handing the football off, and they'll go to the ground game and look like from here they'll pick up the first down.
Yeah, it looked like they needed about 2 or 3 yards, and they got maybe 4.
Brad Kondaraki with the carry for the Bruins.
First down, Brookings Harbor.
Junior running back. So it'll be first down and 10. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line.
We don't really need motion unless we want to try and bang.
And mishandled snap there, low snap, just kind of goes along the ground. And Haller just does manage to pick it up. And
he actually got a yard out of it, I think.
Considering all the other possibilities, I think the Bruins will take it. So, seeing a lot of the things that you kind of tend to expect on opening night.
Well, especially when it's pouring down rain.
Absolutely. Well, not only that, but you've had all the policy-related limitations on what they could do for working out. It's Haller with it. He'll pick up first down yardage and more. Works his way into Challenger territory down to about the 46-yard line. It looked like they had him at one point, but Haller able to kick it into gear and picked up the first down.
Brim tackled the tailback, but nobody tackled the quarterback.
So. Yeah, and that's been kind of the consistent theme for the Challengers. They've been getting a little bit carved up by that quarterback run, especially when he fakes the handoff to the running back and kind of follows him.
4 receivers set, 2 to each side. Haller, though, going to take off and run. Why not? It's been successful, but there's a fumble on the ground. It looks like from here that the Challengers have it.
I think they're going to call him down.
They never blew a whistle. They never blew a whistle.
They did call him down
Yeah.
after about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah. That's the call, but I'm not sure about it myself. But you know what? My vote doesn't count. I don't think they care what I think. And that'll bring up a second down and 4 for the Bruins. 4 receivers set. Haller in the backfield. A little bit of a high snap there. And nice, good pressure there by Cascade Christian, but just sheer willpower on the part of Collar. Manages to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, even with carrying one of the challengers with him.
Saw Matt Moses there on the play, the sophomore.
Yeah, did a good job of getting to the quarterback. Just took a little longer to get him on the ground. Where's the rest of that challenger defense rallying to the football?
3rd down and a 2. 36-yard line. Holler running with the football. He'll pick up 1st down yardage. Move the chains. And this will get down to about the 32, 33-yard line.
It's a simple game. I have quarterback.
Bring up 1st down and 10. Challengers leading in this ball game. 7:51 to go.
That's what I'm saying.
In the 3rd on your John L. Scott scoreboard, Challengers lead 34-0.
Yeah, one of the first drives, though, that the Bruins have got 3 consecutive 1st downs.
Well, it kind of helps when you don't fumble it away. Now dropping back and throwing is Holler, and the pass almost picked off. Good coverage there by the Challengers. And I believe that's Will Pearson on the coverage.
It was really nice coverage out there by Will.
Will I am right there and almost a pick on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Nice play there by the Challenger defense. And now splitting out wide to the right is Kyle Berger. Dropping back. Holler looking long. And
caught.
And it is caught and taken in for a touchdown. Touchdown Bruins. Jamoria Beasley on the catch from Logan Holler.
33-yard touchdown toss. And I'm not sure how that ball got through there, to be honest with you, but it did.
Just one of those plays, kind of an effort play there. Looked like the coverage was pretty fair on that play, at least my initial reaction to it. And now looks like the Bruins going to go for 2 here. Holler in the backfield along with Kondaraki.
Better tackle the quarterback, I think.
Yep, but he's going to take off and run with that, and he made it in. So the 2-point conversion attempt by the Bruins is good. On your John L. Scott scoreboard, it is the Challengers 34 and the Bruins 8. We'll recognize our sponsors, and then we'll be back with more high school football right here on Table Rock Sports.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
Back here at U.S. Cellular Community Park, and we have a kickoff that ends up being deflected off a Cascade Christian Challenger and recovered by the Bruins. So the Bruins, who have not had any breaks this evening, catch one here.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they're trying to get themselves back in this football game here with 7.5 minutes to go, and pretty darn good field position at the 51.
John Daly checking into the ball game. Coming out for a breather is Bryson Cannon.
Well, and now the field position looks like they got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against them. So that will at least limit the field position.
So that's going to move the football back to the 34-yard line. So a real opportunity there for the Bruins, but they, shot themselves in the foot.
Well, and the Challenger defense needs to figure it out a little bit, too, here.
On first down.
There's some option look right there.
And it's Haller once again slicing and dicing through that Challenger defense. And nice pickup on first down.
Yeah, and I think there were 3 or 4 challengers that had a chance to tackle him there and don't seem to be able to do it.
So that'll bring up, after a pickup of about 9 on the play, we'll bring up a second down and 1.
So Brookings with 50 yards rushing so far and halfway through this third quarter after only having 24 yards in the entire first half.
And we have a timeout called on the field by the Challengers. And at this point, we'll take opportunity to remind you that today's game is brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. Also, fans can help keep Table Rock Sports in the game by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Search Table Rock Sports at youtube.com and click on the red subscribe button to help us continue to cover all the action. The Challengers gathering here, and it's been kind of a rough couple of minutes for Cascade Christian. A mishandled play on a kickoff return. Kick along the ground ends up hitting one of the players right at the very front. Ricochets off. The Bruins end up with it, and then, of course, the Bruins unfortunately undo themselves a little bit on the same play by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And you just kind of get the feeling that, that there's, those opening week blues for the Challenger defense, who have yet to figure out quarterback Logan Haller.
And I think the defense just got a good talking to by Coach Sean. So let's see if they respond.
2nd and 1 for Brookings Harbor at their own 43-yard line. They try to throw it out in the flat, Haller does, looking for Kondaraki, but this time his throw falls out short, and it'll be a 3rd down and 1.
They kind of rushed that throw. The Challengers in the backfield quickly that time.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 1. 6:47 left to go. And what seems like a long third quarter, Mark.
Yeah, it certainly does, as Challengers did a good job getting the touchdown off their first possession, but they haven't seen the football since. And remember, that was a 2-play possession.
Haller takes the snap, getting a little bit of pressure, looking upfield. He's going to take off and run with it. And looks like he'll end up picking up the first down.
Yeah, another 5 yards on the scramble and another first down for Brookings Harbor.
Tackled by Elijah Neff, but not before.
He gained about 5 yards and a first down.
Coming into the ball game for the Challengers, 6 foot, 300-pound sophomore Matt Moses. Moved here a couple years ago from Midland, Texas.
He's so close to the ball.
They go ahead and hand off this time as Kondaraki. And he gets up to the 50-yard line, and then we have a flag coming in late. Let's see what this...
And that was Matt Moses that time with a nice tackle on the running play.
And for Moses, makes an immediate contribution. Also a wrestler for Cascade Christian. So penalty goes against the Bruins. And we'll go ahead and walk this one off.
No. He can play. He can play.
And they'll take it back to the 35.
So a 15-yard must have been an unsportsmanlike penalty after the play on Brookings.
So in the last few moments, that's the second call of that nature against Brookings Harbor.
A little bit of frustration probably on their part so far.
You got to imagine, yes. So that'll bring the ball back to the 35-yard line.
Kind of killed some of the momentum they got, though, with that last couple of first downs running the football.
So a first and long first down for the Bruins would be at the Challengers' 43. Holler dropping back, looking to throw. He's got a crowd around him, and it is picked up by Christian Freilich. He has the football. He runs toward the far sideline and struggles forward down to about the 23. Christian Freilich.
Yeah, and a nice job by Christian of reading the quarterback's eyes and stepping in front of the receiver and getting the interception.
Look at that rain, Mark. I'm just looking at the monitor here up in the box, and I tell you what, it is really coming down out there tonight.
Yeah, it's nasty out there. It really is.
But a big play by Freilich, and that's been, it just seems like about that point where Brookings Harbor has some momentum going. A turnover takes place.
We didn't get that earlier in the game. That's all I'm saying.
And now the Challengers
We got covered up
in Bruins territory down at the 23, 1st and 10. Martin in the backfield. He'll hand it off, and a good, straightforward, straight-ahead run.
Good positive yardage right there. Nice.
Good work in the running game. I believe that's Elijah Neff in there for Cascade.
Yeah, he picks up 11 yards.
Because it is.
6:05 left to go in the third.
Because it's the first game.
Neff.
The last game, like it normally would be.
It's a first
Nice
down,
pickup
don't
there.
start until the ball snap, Coach.
Challengers knocking on the door, and Martin.
Is he reading? That hole was huge for a run.
And
Well, no,
he was looking out to the right side play there, but it was read well by the Bruins defense.
Right, go doubles. Send him in motion.
A little slow to get up is Logan Holler playing defensively. He's also quarterback and really been the main weapon for the Bruins this evening. It looks like he should be okay, but he's going to take this play off.
Yep, I think he's okay. Challengers almost got that one picked off, though. And
dangerous throw.
Dangerous throw.
Good.
Martin coming in from the sideline. Neff in the backfield with him.
He can still throw it. He can still throw it.
McFeeters wide left. We have twin receivers to either side. We have a motion man from the right. And they'll go ahead and hand to Neff. Neff gets inside the 10-yard line, works it down to about the 7.
And he picked up about 4 yards on that carry up the middle. And the most important thing for the Challengers is that clock continues to run.
34-8 ball game. Brookings with an answer after the Challengers rushed out to the 34-0 lead. Martin claps his hands together, takes the snap, a little pitch play, and nothing doing there for Elijah Neff with the football as he carries it out in the left flat. But a whole host of Bruin defenders there on that play
Yeah,
to
for
bring up
no
fourth down.
gain, that brings up 4th down. Let's see what the Challengers are going to do here.
No one blocked out.
Because that's Christian's guy, he didn't block him. He let him come up. Christian just sat there.
Looks like they're going to go for it here.
That guy is first threat.
And they can get a first down, it looks like, at the 1.
McFeeters out wide to the left, pair of receivers to the right. Martin rolling out to his right, going to take off and run with it. He runs one way, it goes completely the other. And the Challengers will turn it over on downs.
They're for the 3rd time in this game. But at least they drove it down deep into Bruin territory.
So with 4:16 left to go in the third, Challengers give it back. 34-8 ball game. Challengers line up defensively. Look and see if Haller will be back in the ball game after getting a little banged up during the last defensive series for the Bruins.
Now, there's a few different challengers that look like banged up as well in this first game.
Yeah, they've taken their licks tonight, no question about that. Titus Miller out of the ball game. Davis Federica. First down carry for Brookings Harbor. Working his way forward. Carrying the football.
I think that's Newell.
Eli Newell in the ball game, junior quarterback, so I guess that answers the question regarding Logan Haller at the moment.
The razor was wide open.
He'll pick up 3 on the play to bring up a second down.
Flatten out your roll, you can stop and set and throw the ball. That's all. Just like Coach said, okay?
And 6.
We did it for a reason, okay? All right. That's all, man. Hey, don't overthink things. Okay?
Now second down play. Challengers swallow it up and
fumble, I
we
think.
see a scrum and we have a fumble here on the play. Let's check it out. Let's see what happened here.
It looks like they're calling it down. Recovered by Brookings for no gain.
So the Bruins continue to struggle with ball security. Elements not helping them in any way, shape, or form, that's for sure.
Third down and long now. The Challengers get a stop here. They should get the football back in decent field position.
Hey, also, just make sure we're rotating the
Clock running in the third. 3:17 to go. The Bruins down at their own 11-yard line.
Close on quarterback. Close on quarterback.
And another quarterback keeper. As Newell gets some snaps at quarterback this evening.
Looks like he lost a couple yards on that one.
Challenger defense doing a good job of closing in on him there. And that'll bring up 4th down, and this will be an obvious punting situation. And now Haller, who sat out this series as quarterback, comes in to kick it away. Waiting down at the Bruin 42 is Christian Freilich.
It was good. It was good coverage.
Getting ready for the return.
Catch the ball with his elbows.
Drops the snap, gets the kick away, and it'll end up hitting the turf down at about the 42. It'll take a little Bruin bounce, and the Challengers get great field position here late in the third quarter.
He jumped out of bounds. He went out of bounds, so he was standing out of bounds.
John Daly, Tyler Almacy
he was close, but
come in offensively for the Challengers, along with Daniel Naring, who's playing center. This will be a little bit of a different dynamic. You have a left-handed center for the Challengers.
Yeah, it is a little different. But I think he and Sam have worked together, a lot this season, preparing, doing 7-on-7 drills and other things. So I think they're pretty much in sync with each other.
Oh, that's so key, especially running out of this offense, shotgun snaps. Martin takes the snap, hands it off, little running play, picks up a couple yards. That's Christian Freilich. After Titus Miller went down earlier in this ball game, we've been seeing Elijah Neff and
Christian Freilich
splitting carries. And just when you thought you'd seen all of the Freilichs, they got another one coming up. Christopher Freilich, freshman this year. Pickup of 1 makes it a second down and 9. Martin. Things go quiet. You can hear all the players out there. That's one of the interesting dynamics of having no crowd here.
Come on, Sammy.
And they'll do a little pitch play. It'll be Freilich with it. He'll go ahead and cut it outside. He gets across the 45-yard line, works it down to the 40. I see some of that speed on display by Christian Freilich. Freilich showing some of that 4.6 40 speed.
Yeah, he's got it. You know that. And that's why he gets a little seam going up the middle. He can go 67 yards like he did earlier.
He can explode, and he's got a lot more power than you think a guy his size would have. McFeeters wide to the left for the Challengers. They have tight end set here with weights, and then a pair of challenge receivers out wide to the right. Martin going to hand off once again to Freilich. Freilich going to go ahead and go to the outside once again. Forward progress should take him down to about the 34-yard line. And 1 minute left to go here in the third. He goes out of bounds, and so that'll stop the clock.
And it's fourth down now for the Challengers and about 3.
And it's looking like they'll go ahead and go for it here, and why not? The score is right. The yardage is right. Martin with trips out to his right. He'll go ahead, throw there, and it's nearly picked off by Jamoria Beasley.
Oh, man, that was lucky.
That was close. And so now the Bruins will take over on downs with 55 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and our communities. Also, a shout out to Medical Eye Center in Medford. They've been helping to bring you today's action. They have a wide range of eye care services for the whole family. Visit medicaleyecenter.com to learn how they might help your vision needs. Holler back at the game at quarterback. A little pitch play to Kondaraki. Kondaraki there, but there to meet him is Christian Freilich.
Coming up from a safety spot to meet somebody that's just 2 yards down the line, down a field. You see he read that one.
Nice pursuit by Freilich. Good job of wrapping him up. Closing seconds here of the third quarter of play. See into the Brookings Harbor lineup is Jalen Munkham. Pair of receivers. McCollum. Now there's somebody's name we haven't called in a long time. He goes in motion. Rolling right, and now taking off and running with it is Holler. Holler gets first down yardage and more. Little ankle tackle there by Freilich. And that will end the third quarter of play. After 3 quarters, it is the Challengers 34 and the Bulldogs 8. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more high school football on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back at U.S. Southern Community Park in Medford, start of the fourth quarter. The Cascade Christian Challengers rolling along with a 34-8 lead. Holler getting a little bit of pressure, throws downfield, has a man, but it goes through the hands of Jalen Monkman, the freshman receiver.
Yeah, and when you say through the hands, you meant it. It went right through his hands and actually hit his face mask. That was a really good throw that time by Holler.
So now that'll bring up a second down and 10. 4 receivers set for Brookings Harbor. Split wide left is Beasley. Slot man is Deshaun on his side. We've seen a lot of this tonight. Is Logan Holler. Tackle made by Keith Reed, though, after the pickup of about a yard on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Bryson Cannon working his way out of the Challenger lineup. Holler in the backfield. Kondaraki. 4 receiver set. Berger, wide left. McCollum, the slot man on that side, goes to his right, dropping back. Looking to throw is Holler. Holler looking downfield. And he ends up running away from the pressure. The Challenger assistant coaches, you can hear they're looking for intentional grounding. And I think you can make a case for it.
Well, they're going to say that there was somebody in the area. It looks like they're going to.
So, and yet, they're going to let that one go, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 9.
And based on where they are in the field, I think they're going to.
What did he say?
4 receiver set. Kondaraki in the backfield along with Holler. Is Berger. And McCollum to the left side. Rolling right is Holler. Holler looking to unload it. And the ball a little underthrown. You can tell he's looking over there for Jamoria Beasley, but I think probably closer to the play it was the Challenger defender. I believe that was McFeeters there on the coverage.
So turnover on downs that time for Brookings, and the Challengers get the football back.
10:59 left to go in the ball game. Challengers leading this one 34-8. Getting out on the front foot, a couple of mistakes early by the Brookings Harbor Bruins, and the connection of Sam Martin to Christian Freilich getting the Challengers started. Kleinsasser is the lone man to the right side, trips to the left. Martin in the backfield, the quarterback. Neff, the running back. Now they're going to look downfield. Pass through right over the middle to Freilich. Freilich has McCollum to outrun. He'll get past the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds. So a nice pass play there from Sam Martin to Christian Freilich.
Yeah, a really nice throw that time by Sam Martin, right on the money to Christian. And Christian just takes it right up the field and manages to pick up a big bunch of yards for the Challengers.
Well, you know, he's not as big and physical looking as what we've had in the last few years between the Sean brothers, but you can speak to, as an assistant baseball coach, that Martin's got a good arm on him.
Yeah, he does. He plays third base or shortstop on the baseball team, and you know those kind of guys got good arms.
1st down and 10 for the Challengers. Down to the Bruin 15. He's looking left, and
now Sammy just launches it.
And the pass falls incomplete.
Oh my goodness.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Oh my gosh, it was there.
4 receivers set.
It was everything we wanted. 11's coming.
Tell you, Austin Waits, he's sure gotten a lot bigger since his freshman year.
Yes, he has.
Always been a big guy, but even bigger. You'll see him out there lining up in the slot. And the running play by the Challengers. Pickup of about a yard on the play to bring up a 3rd down and long. $10-14 left to go in the ball game. You can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard, Challengers lead 34-8. Martin dropping back, looking to throw.
He should have thrown it sooner.
And had a man there looking for Ethan Kleinsasser, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Doubles. 4th down. Here we go, Mike. Get ready.
On 4th down, got to be thinking the Challengers will go ahead and go for it here.
I thought Sammy was more savvy, and he will get there. just thought he was a little more savvy at this point, but that's fine.
Clock stopped with 9:57 to go after the incomplete pass. Martin takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, and a pass just a little bit low there, looking in the direction of Ethan Kleinsaucer, and the ball will go over on downs to the Brookings Harbor Bruins.
Yeah, and that time Martin had him. He was open on the play and just did not quite get the ball to him. Had him open in the end zone.
So that'll be 1st and 10 Bruins at their own 14-yard line. 9:51 left to go in the ball game.
5th turnover on downs by the Challengers.
Challengers come out. Cody Reese going to be in there at a cornerback spot over in the secondary. Also see Christian Freilich, Matt McFeeters. First down, not much happening there as the Challengers close in.
Let's go. Okay, they tried to make the switch, so.
Kondaraki, it'll bring up a second down and about 1. And 9, I mean, after pick up a 1.
Stay play side. Just like we talked about all week, throwing that early into the hole.
Haller, quarterback, he was out for a little bit after coming up gimpy, but he's been back in the ball game, and right now he's continuing to soldier on for the Bruins.
Where'd Brim go?
Nice pickup there on the second down run. And they say he got enough for the first down.
He picked up about 10 yards, and he's been very open on that where he follows the running back into the hole.
Eli Snyder getting ready to check into the ball game for the Challengers.
Oh, that's probably why then. Christian probably would have sidestepped it. I'm serious.
Coming out for a breather will be Liam Bonatti.
Yeah.
Holler.
Get him, Austin.
Takes the
Get to him,
snap.
Austin. Come on.
Faces a little bit of pressure. He's going to go ahead and take off and run.
Out there. Let's go. That was a great call.
And tackle by the Challengers by Elijah Neff.
We got nobody for him. He needs to stay in there and play.
And it'll be first down for the Bruins.
To the first down mark. That's terrible.
Ball spotted now at the 34-yard line.
Put your foot in the ground and make a tackle.
8:49 left to go in the ball game.
Just regular trips, doubles, some motion stuff, throwing the jab.
Cody Reese in the defensive secondary for the Challengers. First down play. Try to go to Kondaraki, and he's stuffed in the backfield.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Nice job, kid. Nice job.
Nice play defensively by the Challengers. Elijah Neff there for Cascade Christian.
Actually lost a couple of yards on that play.
So that'll bring up a second down and long.
Okay, here comes our option look right here.
2nd and 12 after the loss on the play. Low snap for Holler. Holler looking long. Reese there with the coverage, and he almost picks it off. But there's offensive pass interference by the Bruins.
Yeah, nice job by Cody Reese.
Reese had that.
He was right on that guy.
Well, yeah, he should be.
Cody Reese making some noise there in his first high school football game.
Offensive guy didn't go for the ball.
And I suspect, Mark, as the season goes on, he's, because he's just been out for football for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just see that the kid's an athlete, and particularly on the defensive side of the football.
Well, you tell him to go guard somebody. It's good luck getting a football into somebody that he's guarding.
Yeah. Well, we've seen that same tenacity
in basketball.
In basketball over these years.
It should be a loss of down, too, I think. I believe that's a loss of down penalty.
Well, this is going to go all the way back.
15-yard penalty, and it should be loss of down as well.
And they'll spot that one at the 18-yard line. A nice play on the ball by Cody Reese, and he got interfered with by the Bruins receiver. Trips to the left. Haller getting some pressure, gets away the throw, and he somehow gets the pass complete to Kondaraki. Kondaraki makes the catch and works his way into Challenger territory all the way down to the 35. Challenger sure looked like he had him there, and Haller gets away the throw and a big pass play.
Yeah, 46 yards, and no one covers the back out of the backfield that time.
And that's a couple times I've seen Kondaraki.
Yeah, he's got a 30-yard reception earlier in the game, and that's a 46 one. So he's got the two biggest receptions of the game for them, both coming out of the backfield on that wheel route.
So we'll bring up 1st and 10. The Bruins down to the 36-yard line of the Challengers. Beasley wide to the left. And the quarterback Haller with the carry. He's been one busy man tonight. I wouldn't even begin to hazard to guess how many carries he has on the night.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of them. Let's just put it that way. He had about 12 alone in the third quarter. He's got another 5 here in the fourth quarter, and that doesn't count what he had in the first half.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 for Brookings Harbor. And once again, they'll come out with trips to the left. And problem with the snap there, and Haller does the smart thing. All you can do on that one is just you say, hey, I'm going to live to fight another down. Not try to do anything heroic, just fall on it and let's regroup.
Yeah, that one goes rolling by him all the way back to the 49 of the Challengers.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and long. It ends up all the way back at the Challenger 49-yard line.
Yeah, loss of 12 on that one.
Ouch. Kyle Berger into the ball game. He'll be the receiver to the left side. And Haller with some company in the backfield. Problems once again with the snap, but he'll pick up and run with it. Keeps his feet, gets across the 40-yard line before he's driven back by the Challengers.
So he gets a lot of that 15 yards or 12 yards they lost back. But it is 4th down.
Today's game brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. 4th and 14 for the Bruins. And we got 5:21 left to go in the ball game and counting. Haller dropping back, still trying to get the throw away. He'll end up throwing it out of bounds.
That one definitely looked like intentional grounding. He threw that 15 yards out of bounds. Let's see if they call that. Well, 4th down, I guess it doesn't matter.
And so the Challengers get it back. I'd like to try to end this ball game on a positive note with 5:01 left to go.
Sick over that ball that deep ball we gave up. Yeah. Yep.
And it looks like it'll be Christian Fralick continuing to serve in the Challenger backfield, along with Martin, the quarterback. They're going to go ahead and run a kind of bunch formation here. 5 minutes to go, and they're going to go ahead to Fralick. Fralick finds running room, and he hops, skips, and jumps past midfield, and he'll get it down to the 44. Flag on the play.
We've never had it called.
They're not going to call him for jumping.
Yeah, they are. That's a penalty, and yeah, they're.
I'm going to call it early jump. Are you kidding me?
So the Challengers, the flag against them as Ethan Rathburn gets ready to check into the Challenger offense.
They're calling a targeting. They're a targeting call.
Okay.
Well, they missed the hurdle and they called a targeting on. Not sure where. I didn't see that. Did you, Jim?
I sure didn't.
It's a 15-yarder, and it looked like targeting, right? That he went to his helmet or to his head like a targeting call. I think that's the only signal that I know that's a targeting call.
And the result of it, Challengers work their way down to the 29-yard line of Brookings Harbor. They'll go ahead and get the ball to Rathburn. Rathburn with some running room works his way to the outside, gets it down to the 22. Ethan Rathburn with his first carry of the evening.
Yeah, and he picks up about 7, it looks like, for the Challengers.
And one of these players, what was it, during the summer, he broke his collarbone, shattered his collarbone, and he was one of those guys that if we had football in the fall, he
would not have been able to play.
But here he is as a result of the delay and playing football in the spring. He gets a chance to play.
Last couple of runs take the Challengers over 200 yards rushing for the evening.
Martin, the quarterback. Rathburn in the backfield with him. All Macy in motion. We'll go ahead and get it to Rathburn. Rathburn looks like he should have more than enough to pick up the first down. Well, Challengers chewing up yardage and chewing up the clock in the late going.
15th first down in the game for the Challengers. .331 to go. Challengers lead 34-8.
Martin. Hands to Rathburn. Rathburn chugging upfield. Crosses the 20. Gets it down to about the 11, 10-yard line. So Ethan Rathburn giving the fans something to cheer for here late in the ball game.
They give the Challengers a first down. It looks like it's 1st and goal from the 9.
Rathburn remains in. Running back. Rathburn met by Holler in the backfield.
Put Cody in. Put Cody for Tyler.
And Rathburn's down a little bit. He felt that one.
Hit hard there by Holler, who's been on the receiving end of a few hits of his own this evening. And they're going to go ahead and let's do a quick timeout while the trainer, Kurt Smet, looks after him. Let's go to a break, and then we'll be back with more football on TableRockSports.net.
At Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford, we've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me.
Okay, we'll quickly return to play here. Freilich in the backfield, and he'll go ahead and move to his left, trying to slip the Bruin defender. And loss on the play. Bring up a third down and long for Cascade Christian here late in the ball game.
up like there's no tomorrow.
Hey, run.
Challengers looking to the sideline for a play. Cody Reese in the ball game. He'll be the slot man on the left side. Challenger receivers to the right are Austin Waits in the slot. Out wide is Matt McFeeters. Martin, quick drop, looking to throw, and his pass thrown a little bit high. Challengers looking for a call there. McFeeters hit as he tries to go for the catch. He's down for a moment or two, and McFeeters, a little bit of extracurricular activity going on down there.
Well, and that's one of those situations where when he shouldn't have got hit.
No. No, unfortunately, a part of ball games like this is you see some of that stuff become a part of the ball game late. But McFeeters now walking it off here on the sideline.
Yeah, he's not very happy about that.
Nope. Can't say that I blame him either. Kleinsasser now in the ball game. And Reese will come out. Elijah Neff in. With that, I suspect what that'll do is that'll put Neff in the backfield, and now Freilich will line up as a slot receiver.
How do you call the ribs?
No, it's going to be.
So 4 receivers set.
It's going to be.
Freilich in motion. Martin dropping back, looking to throw, looking long toward the end zone. And we have a couple of flags there on the play, looking like should be a pass interference call.
And it will be, and I believe.
Hey, who's on the left side? Hey, go motion. Listen to me. We should go motion, and we should go.
So, with the result of the call, the officials talking it over.
And it should be a pass interference call, and they're trying to figure out, I think, whether it's half the distance to the goal or what the rule is on it.
Opening night for the officials, too.
He's not going to, Coach. Have him run that.
1:25 left to go in the ball game. Challengers lead 34-8. While that's being sorted out.
Oh, I'm trying to. Did they give us an official call? I haven't even seen an official call yet.
I haven't seen anything. And it looks like they're going to spot the ball.
And it remains fourth down.
Right inside the 10-yard line. 4th and goal at the 9.
Yeah, when you see first down, foul like first down,
twin receivers. To each side.
It says first down.
Martin takes the snap, throws, looks to the end zone. Touchdown, Cascade Christian.
Now, who did he throw that to? Is that Austin? Yeah, it is.
Austin Waits with the catch.
Nice throw that time on the slant route. Waits in the slot. Just comes over the middle on the little slant route, and Sam Martin with a nice throw gets it to him just as he gets into the end zone.
And attempt the point after.
When it's player safety, you cannot sit there and say, well,
it is JT Knobloch for the point after attempt. Kick is up, and it is good.
No, it's no good.
No good. Sorry about that. So the score remains Challengers 40, Brookings Harbor 8. We'll take a timeout. When we return, we'll have more high school football for you on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
1:17 left to go in the ball game after the touchdown reception by Austin Waits. The Challengers lead in this one by a score of 40-8. JT Knobloch getting ready to kick it away for Cascade Christian. Eli Snyder quickly checking in as the Challengers realize they're one short. Knobloch kicks the ball. Ends up falling down at the roll, taking a little Challenger roll right there at about the 21.
That kick worked out perfect. No return, down at about the 20. You'll take that all day.
You betcha. 1:13 left to go in the ball game. Challengers lead in this one by a score of 40-8. Want to remind you again that on Table Rock Sports tomorrow, you can check out the Challenger boys and girls soccer teams in action. Both games at 10 o'clock. Just go once again right here to TableRockSports.net and look at the menu right there on the homepage and select the game of your choice. And then at 1 o'clock, volleyball team looks to extend their winning ways with a non-conference date against South Medford. Holler on first down. He's going to keep it. Moves left. Takes a while to set up, and they bring him down.
Lost a yard, it looks like, on the play.
Inside 1 minute left to go. Bring a second down and 11. That Challenger defense for you in the secondary. You see Cody Reese there along with Christian Freilich, Ethan Kleinsasser, Will Pearson, Keith Reed. Second down and 11. Christian Brem moving to the lower part of your screen and taking off and running is Kondaraki. He'll move the ball up to about the 28-yard line with 16 seconds left to go. Looks like the Bruins will look to get one more play in before the whistle sounds. Dropping back, going to air it out. And it looks like it should be, it's dribbled around, almost picked off by the Challengers.
Incomplete.
Falls incomplete. And that will end the ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, Cascade Christian Challengers open their season on a winning note, defeating the Brookings Harbor Bruins by a score of 40-8. And stick around. When we return, we'll bring you your post-game show. And that's brought to you by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. That will be coming up right here on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Welcome to the My Circle K post-game show here on Table Rock Sports. You can see there on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Cascade Christian Challengers come away with a win in this one, defeating the Brookings Harbor Bruins by a score of 40-8. After tonight's ball game, the two teams will regroup and get ready to do it again next week. And taking a look at the scoring from tonight's ball game, Challengers opened up. It took them a little while to get going, but with 3:34 to go in the first, it was Sam Martin connecting with Christian Freilich on a 21-yard touchdown pass. The extra point attempt by J.T. Knobloch was good to make it 7-0. Second quarter, Martin goes to Freilich once again, 24-yard pass and make it 14-0 after the extra point attempt by Knobloch. Then, with 4:57 to go in the first half, it was Cody Reese making the play, scoring on a 3-yard touchdown throw from Martin. Extra point good to make it 21-0. And then just before the half, it was Martin once again with a touchdown pass to Matt McFeeters, point after good to make it 28-0 for your halftime score. Then, in the third quarter, after Titus Miller went down with an injury early in the ball game, Christian Freilich and Elijah Neff getting the majority of the carries in the ball game from the running back position. Freilich took advantage to run it in from 67 yards out. Electrifying run to make it 34-0 Cascade. Then Brookings Harbor gets on the board. About midway through the third, it was Logan Holler with a 33-yard touchdown throw to Beasley. The 2-point conversion was good to make it 34-8. And then wrapping things up, it was Sam Martin, this time on a 9-yard touchdown pass with 1:17 to go in the ball game to Austin Waits. The point after attempt, no good. And you have your final score of Cascade Christian 40 and the Brookings Harbor Bruins 8. Mark's working on the final statistics for the evening. We will go to a break here real quickly, and then we'll return with more of the My Circle K postgame show right here on TableRockSports.net.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Buying supplies for a road trip should always look like an unsupervised 9-year-old was given $20. Relive those days. Live life full circle. My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for US Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Back at U.S. Cellular Community Park in Medford, Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore, Christopher Janish on the camera. And it's the My Circle K, powered by GP Energy postgame show on Table Rock Sports. And here with a look at the final statistics on the evening, here's Mark McLemore.
Well, the Challengers really did a good job, I thought, in the second half of sort of weathering a little bit of Brookings' storm, especially, when they got that onside kick back after scoring a touchdown there. Then the Challengers were able to, just play some defense down the stretch, cause a couple more turnovers on downs against Brookings, and really, just play the game out. It was kind of ugly at the end. Challengers with a few injuries that didn't help them defensively, and so Brookings was able to move the ball a little bit better in that second half. After just running for 24 yards in the first half, they ran for 110 yards in the second half, 41 carries for 134 yards for Brookings. Logan Haller didn't do much better, though. He only completed 2 passes in that second half. One was a big one for 46 yards and the other for 33. So he did get 89 yards out of those 2 passes, but just 2. He was 2 for 10 in that second half. And so they had he finished the game 7 for 21 for 151 yards. So total offense for Brookings minus returns was 285 yards. They did have almost 100 yards in returns. They had 96 yards in returns, kickoffs, and mostly during the game. So total offense for them, including returns, 381 yards. They had 9 penalties for 74 yards, and they did lose those 3 fumbles in the first half. And then Logan also had 1 interception in the second half. So they had 4 turnovers altogether to go along with 2 turnovers on downs, which actually gives them a total of 6 when you look at it from that standpoint. But the Challengers didn't do any much better on that in that respect, as they had 5 offensive turnovers on downs, all of them being deep or pretty deep in Brookings territory. But still, they weren't able to finish their drives in several different occasions, and I know that's one of the things we could feel some of the frustration coming from the coaches next door, is that they didn't really finish the opportunities that they had down in Brookings territory. For the Challengers, they had 17 first downs in the second half. They ran the ball 32 times for 209 rushing yards, so that's a good day for them rushing the football. Sam Martin in his debut, 13 for 26 for 219 yards, and he did a good job, but there were a couple of times where you looked at, I would say, 3 or 4 different balls that you said, man, those could have been picked. And a couple of them could have been picked for 6. So he got away with a couple of throws. I'm sure that's going to be part of his learning curve here as he goes forward. But the Challengers are going to need him to be a little bit better in the passing game, I think, if they're going to have some opportunities to win the football game. It doesn't hurt to have your lead running back go down either in the game early. In the second quarter. So Challengers 428 yards running and passing the football. They got another 25 yards in returns for a total offense of 453 yards. They had 3 penalties for 30 yards, and they did lose 1 fumble on that kickoff, if you remember right, the onside kickoff that hit one of the Challengers and bounced off of him and turned into a turnover. And those 5 turnovers on downs. I think that's going to be the most frustrating part. There are 2 things that the Challengers are going to have to clean up going forward. One is the turnovers on downs. They're going to have to convert those into points. They're going to play better teams as they go along here, and they're going to have to be better on converting those into scores. And then secondly, on defense, there was some times where they looked pretty porous against the run game, especially in that third quarter. Brookings Harbor reeling off about 100 yards in rushing just in the third quarter. So they're going to have to clean that up defensively as well. And but all in all, considering it's been a long time since anybody's played football, those mistakes are going to be there a little bit, and we'll see how the Challengers move forward.
Well, I think that's certainly the flip side of it, that at the end of the day, when you think about how long it's been since we have seen high school football in Oregon, and knowing all that time off, and there's only, to a certain degree, till you go out and play another team, somebody that doesn't see you every day, that there's a certain amount that comes out with going out and putting it to the test the first go round. And again, it's like you say, there's going to be those things that everybody from the coaches to the players, they know that there's things that have to, it's like, okay, these are the things we need to work on next week. And I always would get a little concerned if I played my best football in opening week. And
absolutely.
The Challengers have plenty of room for upward growth from here.
Plenty of room for upward growth, and they still won the football game, and that's the important part.
Absolutely. Well, that'll wrap up today's broadcast. We'd like to thank Cascade Christian High School Athletic Director Nathan Maben for hosting Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net and today's broadcast. Also, special thanks to head coaches Sean Bavaro of Brookings Harbor and John Getman of Cascade Christian. The next Table Rock Sports production will be tomorrow. We've got a pair of soccer games. We also have some volleyball action to bring your way. So make sure you visit TableRockSports.net in the morning, and there will be plenty of sports for you to enjoy all day long. For Christopher Janish and Mark McLemore, I'm Jim McCoy. Good night, everybody, and have a great evening.